What happens if you get put in the sub bus and you still start calling out the sub bus number, the teacher or whoever's out for the bus lineup is like, well, where's that number in the lineup? You're still your number. That's you. You're like Tony, where you at? Tony is bus 5. Yours is switched a lot, so we tried it. Whatever is in Travel Tracker on your tablet is your official number. So, like, yeah, if you're 5,
make the words like they used to. The surface doors.
it's the new bus. Radio, when you call, don't call for individuals except Tony. Don't, if it's something, go to somebody specific, just call control, because if you call for me and I'm not in there, I'm not going to answer you. You're going to sit there and ask over and over again. Nobody else is going to answer you. Okay? Just call control. We'll pass the message in the office. You call Tony for discipline stuff. That's different, because the kids know Tony's name. Trust me, we learned that. So you call Tony, that gets their attention. Call me doesn't mean anything. But call control. Make sure you're keeping your radios up. I know that this goes to the chatter. It gets so bad, I even do it on my own. I'll turn it down. I forget it's down.
Yeah.
Turn it back up. Keep your hand on it, turn it down, check it, turn it back up. There's still going, turn it down, check it, turn it back up. You gotta keep your radios up, because if we gotta call you, we need to get a hold of you. We need to get up, that's the way to do it. Don't park on the back fence. I noticed that in the afternoons. I've addressed it on the radio. Leave at your proper times. If you've got a question, call on the radio to see if somebody's leaving. Hey, 21 if you left. Yes, no. Okay. This was brought up by TAC, and it's something I'd like us to try for the last week. It's mainly for the minibuses. The minibuses, when you back out, we've got so many minibuses mixed in with the big buses right here. When you're backing out, you hit the horn. When you keep backing out, you got to go, a full bus link, mini bus link before you're clear of the bus. So if you want to, I prefer honk that you're backing out, and then once you get close to clearing the back of a big bus, honk again just to make sure that people see you. Because especially if you honk between buses, it'll funnel it so they don't hear it.
Yeah.
Let's just try that, see if it works. If not, next year's stall lineup, we're going to try to eliminate that as much as possible, where the mini buses are near the big buses. But to make the concessions for people being able to walk and get up on buses, that's how come we got everything mixed up. Yes?
When you're already backing out, do other buses supposed to stop to let them finish backing out?
Yes.
There's still some drivers that don't.
Okay, somebody starts backing out, let them back out. If you're past them, you're at someone, go ahead and get out of the way. But if you see somebody start backing out, have to be courteous. Where's Joy? Is that what our policy is? Let them back out, or should we big wait?
Supposed to wait on the back.
You're supposed to wait on the one backing up. The right away it goes to the backing up driver.
Okay, there you go. That's from the head trainer. Let the person back up. You shouldn't be backing out until it's time, so don't leave early. The strobes. This is the official policy from the state of Kansas. The federal guidelines are that they're to be equipped with strobes. That it's not required to use them. The state of Kansas requires the use of headlights and strobe lights from sunset to sunrise, so when it's dark, when due to insufficient light or unfavorable atmospheric conditions, including smoke, fog, vehicles on the highway that are not clearly discernible at 1,000 feet, when your windshield wipers are on because of rain. So that's for all vehicles. If you don't have a strobe light, that's your headlights, your personal car. If you have your headlights on because of weather or it's dark, that strobe light needs to be on. Same with the windshield wipers. If it goes on, that strobe light needs to be on. Same with headlights. Okay?
So
You clear on that?
Is it still okay to leave them on, like I always try to turn them on when I have students on board, just so a little.
Yes, you can use them. I prefer to use mine at all times. When you pull into the parking lot, you can turn them off then, that way because one of them's not going to bother you. 20 of them, that's probably going to bother you, especially if it's dark. So if you get into the parking lot of a school, turn them off. When you're out here, make sure you turn them off, because some of the buses, even with your key out, the strobe light will still go off. There's 2 of the mini buses I know of. So quit calling about the strobes. Block crew, the people that are wanting to do summer crew, we're full for the first time ever. We actually have too many people. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow in here at 9:15. Take about 15 minutes, just go over start times, when we're working and all that stuff. So if you're signed up, if you did the online application, be in here tomorrow at 9:15. We have 3 high schoolers, they'll be in school, so they won't be here. And the paper towel and tissues. So that was only a one-time deal that we ran low, because we had to get the POs in before a certain time. They're already on order, I just didn't bring them in because those are made for the summer, so that's why we grabbed the extra. I don't care if you have an extra roll or 2 once we get our stock back in August, but you don't need 6 of them. One of our buses had 6 rolls of tissues. That's a little excessive. 1 or 2. So that was a one-time off.
I've been bringing it.
So that was a one-time deal. That won't happen again. But that's why we ran out, or running out. We still got, you guys still have some. I still have a little stock stashed that I can borrow. So you need them, see them.
That's amazing.
All right, Tony, you want
Someone's
next?
front door.
Any questions over anything I put? Beck?
Morning. I'll tell you guys, thank you for a good year, but Kathy does all that stuff, so. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna bring this up because a couple of drivers brought it up to my attention, but I'll bring it up again at the beginning of the year next year on the, when drivers pass your stop signs when they're out. You don't need to tell me that on the radio, just push the button, make sure you push the button, okay? So if you push it, it'll take about 15 minutes to download. If you think it's urgent to tell me right away, then yeah, tell me. But just to tell me that it's pushed and somebody ran it, I'll see it on video. It does take a while to download, so we'll try to keep that traffic down on the radio, because I know, guys, that happens 4 or 5 times a day. So, and just come in and see me right after routes, okay? So mine's gonna be real short this time. Write-ups. We had 211 write-ups this year, which is, it's going down every year. I'm gonna credit that to our camera system. Thank Mr. Darren for that. That's it was a big expense, but I think it's working. When we had the old system, we were at 450 something write-ups, and so every year it's coming down. We had 60 suspensions this year off buses, anything from 1 day up to, I think, 14 days.
Wow.
So, guys, super important. I want to bring this up is if a student deserves a write-up, write them up. Okay, I know, and I want you guys to work with your kids. You guys know that. Work with your kids. But if they need a write-up, write them up. And the reason I'm saying that is because the schools, they look at what we do. And so if a kid needs an IEP, if the kid needs help, they're looking in the system to see what's going on. So by you not writing up a student that needs to be written up, there's more to it than just I think he's a bad kid or he's unruly or whatever. We might be trying to help the kid out. Okay, so keep that in consideration when you're doing that kind of stuff. Okay, so let me get to Wayne Seal over here on the corner. Summer jobs, he works for Leadfoot. If you guys need something that you're not working here, if you work for him, you got to come back, because if not, I'll go get you. So they're looking for a C-class regular driver's license and also B-class. So see Wayne, don't ask me any questions, I don't know anything about it. You can see him after routes. All right. So guys, and I'm almost done. Just quick. You guys like working here?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a great place, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so, you know, the days of, we've hired, you know, some of you have been around for a while, and I think when I got here, we were probably 60 employees, 70 employees. So we're up to 130 some, 140 maybe. And, you know, take pride that you work here. This is an awesome place to work. The days of talking bad about this place, talking bad about each other, right? We're not going to tolerate it. It's not going to happen. We're hiring enough people now that if you continue to do something like that and you continue to be a cancer here, it'll come on my radar. Someone's going to tell me, right? And obviously I'll discuss it with Kathy. Kathy's the director, but if somebody comes on my radar and it's constant, those days are done, guys, for next year. I'm just telling you guys, I'll put it out there for next year. So, the days of talking bad about this place is awesome. So those days, they're gonna come to an end. If you don't wanna be here, please, go, because we're gonna keep going up. We're gonna make this where everybody's gonna wanna come here and work here, all right? I'm gonna cry. No, I'm not. No, don't need a hug. All right, so the last thing I forgot to mention on the write-ups. Who had the most write-ups this year?
Way of the year.
What driver? 5 more seconds.
Tony.
Michelle Green again?
Who?
I said Richard's not on a route this year.
Richard Afterfield still had the most write-ups. What a pain in my butt you are, Richard. Richard only drove a bus with kids on it for half a year, Richard? Richard, can you hear me? Richard drove a bus with kids on it for probably half a year, right? 32 write-ups. It's almost like one a day when he was driving. No, that's all I got for you guys. We'll see you guys next year.
All right, before we move on, Darren, come over. He's got a couple of announcements that he would like to make, and then we'll keep moving on.
Good morning, everybody. Again, it's been a long year, so we're almost to the end. Everybody's done awesome. I've heard a lot of good things from the administrators about our busing this year, and that always makes me very proud of everybody over here because that's a direct reflection on all of us, the entire district. So keep up the good work as we go into summer and we have some summer school, and then when we come back into fall. So one of the fun things I get to do every year is pass out these awards. And so these are our Celebrating Excellence Awards. And what's nice about these awards is they're voted on by you. So this is really an award from your peers to you. So we've got a couple here. So the first one, this person really stepped it up this year. They took on a new role. It's a very hard role. And again, this is another role that we've actually gotten a lot of compliments about, which historically we have not. So this one is going to go to Joy Shumway. I will say, we meet quarterly with our sped directors and stuff, and I have never heard them compliment us on anything, to be honest with you. But they have been very complimentary of all the drivers this year and of the way Joy has really stepped up, and she's taken the reins on this, so we greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Our next one is for a younger person in our group. I'll take the heat on that one. Again, this is for a less seasoned person. Obviously, one thing, you know, the bus drivers, you all need support from our fleet mechanics. So this year, again, one of our younger employees over there, but he's really stepped it up. So this year it goes to Rhett on And again, I know he's really stepped it up. Great communication back and forth between everybody. So We always appreciate that also. So I'm not going to keep you guys long. I know Kathy's got a few more things, but again, just thanks for everything you do. And know that our board very much appreciates you, our superintendent very much appreciates you, and we'll just keep on the trucking, literally. So, thank you.
Deb, do you have anything?
Very quick. I know Kathy already said, the end of the year, you guys will have your little package that you guys fill out, but we still need the work orders for the mechanics to go. There's separate pieces for anything damages for the buses. And please do separate work orders for the seat repairs because it is a different crew. We also will have some trips during the summer, not a lot, maybe one or two. But anyone who's interested in coming back and doing trips again next year, we'll start working on that and getting them because they're starting to come in. I'm getting them ready, hopefully. The other thing is, one, we wanted to remind you guys there's plenty of food. We started late and you only got 10 bits. Go back through, get more. And then one thing that was brought to my attention, I don't know about if it was to yours. The end of the year, kids are rowdy, they're uncontrollable, they're little butts, we all know it. Our tempers are like, our patience is non-existent, but you also have to remember, even in here, your children are doing the same thing. So I've had several drivers come up and say something about the children in the break room. I'm not calling anyone out specifically or anything else. We all know who you are. But from littles to the bigs, playing with stuff, getting into boxes. I've had trips and keys go, bags get moved around. It's the hearing aids. I'm sorry. Anyway, so we really need to pay attention to the kids. The other day, there was a kid playing with the fan, put pencils in it. That's very dangerous. We don't want any little fingers missing. So unless it's a little baby Isaac over there who's sleeping, moms, dads, grandparents, y'all gotta keep eyes on them kids. We don't want anyone hurt. And the drivers, they're already irritable, so they're gonna start snapping at children here soon. Okay? Let's just make it till the end of the year, guys. One more week.
Caitlin, do you have anything?
Chris stole my slide.
Okay. Deb, do you want to give Sarah a break and see if she has anything she needs to add? So, is there anything that anybody needs to say, or Carmen? Oh, you're chit chatting. Anybody need anything not out? Say nothing?
My
Yes,
first
sir.
year, and I just
Kathy,
want to
she's
thank
good.
everybody as well. I mean, I did it in the districts, and I appreciate, everybody's help and being like one big family. Thank you.
It's like Tony said, if any of you have been anywhere else besides Maze, Maze is a pretty good place to be. We're pretty spoiled here. There's a lot of districts out there that don't get to do nearly what we do. You already went through all the radio stuff.
It's right in front of you. In front of you.
Keep telling, Kathy.
Joy.
Yeah, just real quick, I just got slides. First, Paul and Sarah, thank you very much for heading up. And I've got the sign-in sheet. Send me the sign-in sheet for this. And the clicker. And I need a driver. I need two drivers, 233 and 236 for pre-K today. Anybody want it? Nobody wants it? Okay.
I have to pick kids up, but if somebody can do that, the trip, then I can do the route.
Okay, yeah. We'll go with subs then next. But yeah, TAC did an amazing job this year, and Sarah and Paul are always there, always ready for suggestions for next year. And the next one is September 9th. Code Purple, anybody know what a Code Purple is? We talked about this.
self-harm. Thank you, Dee.
That's because I heard you say it.
Hey, you remember.
This came up, and we don't want to say that over the radio, so this came through a TAC meeting too, that it is self-harm, so if you need help immediately, it's a code purple, and then we can go into action with that. The proxy event, you moved that down. The 4th and 5th of June is the proxy event for CDL, so if you're wanting a CDL, now's the time to do it.
Are those
We've got,
Are the dates right? Because that's 2023.
yeah, for June 4th and 5th is right, 2023 is not. It is 2024. You can take your general knowledge, air brake, and passenger. We can get you a manual. If you're interested in it, now's the time to do it. It's a laid-back way to go, and you go over to the aquatic center, get your learner's permit, then we'll train you, and then we'll have you go take the drive test. So if you've ever thought about it, now's the time to do it. You've got plenty of time to study before June 4th. You can come that day, or you can sign up on the QR code on my door. And, yes?
I'll wait till you're done, but I need to say something.
Okay, so, so if you've ever been on the fence, I just read that for the first time this morning, that you put that in there. So if this is time to do it. It's a great way to do it. CDL driving there's a lot to it, so taking it this way versus going through the DMV is a much easier way to do it. So,
Plus, it's nearly a $10 raise.
and it's nearly a $10 raise.
Guys, real quick, listen up. That photo reminds me of something. If you hit a pole, right? Don't freaking lie about it. Just come in and tell us this happened, right? We can work with anything. You have an accident, you scrape your bus, let us know. We can fix it. But the minute you lie about something, you know, I hit a pole because I had to save a baby from a burning building, come on. So don't lie. There's 5 cameras on each bus, I see everything, all right? So don't, if you have an accident, don't lie. I'm starting to see we're having accidents and nobody's saying anything. Nobody's saying, oh, it's just a scrape. You know, especially, you know, well, I don't want to say especially, but sub drivers, you have an accident or activity driver, it's okay, the next guy, nobody will see it, right? So, guys, just let us know. Let us know, it can be fixed. Do not lie about it. The cameras don't lie, okay? We had one where, super weird story, we took care of that. We had one yesterday that happened, told the truth, it's done, we'll take care of it, all right? Thank you, guys.
Okay, and I'll just put my plug in there. Driving a CDL is way easier than driving a minibus. Anybody agree?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, oh, hey, bus driving competition. We had five participants go and compete as rookies at the state or the regional competition. And it was a wet, rainy, cold day, and they did it. We set it up the rodeo kind of thing last year. These guys went through and did all of those things, and they did a really good job. Thank you very much for participating and going. Let's see, I think Kathy has something for, who do you have first? We have a little competition shirt for you that when you participate. Alicia, yeah, she spearheaded this. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Show me that. It says, we came, we saw, we crushed your pose. Literally. I did too, I gotta tell you my story about that first one.
Thank you for.
All right, Alicia spearheaded the whole thing. She did a fantastic job getting everybody together. And then we have Jennifer. Jennifer, she didn't come in. She called out. Jennifer. And then we have Doyle, and he gets a special shout out because he came in third. Oh, he's on the trip. He's so loyal, wonderful. And, okay, I'm going to finish. Dorothy Stewart, she participated and she gets a third.
I'm pretty sure Austin heard this part on the back.
Yes.
Okay, we saw we crushed your.
Vivian did
Literally.
too.
I don't think
Well
it.
placed.
It was just on one day.
One thing.
I crushed all the balls.
Doris,
Oh!
how long before you did the competition, how long had you had your CDL?
January, February.
So-
January, February when she got it.
Yeah.
So,
3 or 4 months?
thank you. And that's Vivian. Vivian is not pink, hon, but you can tie a pink ribbon around it.
Wear pink tights.
And then we have, of course, Miss Kim Anderson, the cheerleader of the whole year. So thank you guys for participating. That's the most we've had in many years, participate in that competition. And I'll tell you, they competed as rookies, so they no longer get to compete as rookies. They'll have to compete as experienced next year. But I'll tell you, with Austin's scores, if he would have competed as an experienced driver, he got second instead of third. And I'll just throw this out here, I have a second place trophy in my office, and it's the only one we have, and nobody's beat it. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Yes, yes,
Beat it.
yes.
So next year we'll do the same thing. Thanks, guys, that's awesome. So Austin has a chance to go on and compete at state if he wants to. Okay, minibus drivers, safety seats, safety vest, cam straps, headphones, all wheelchair components will need to come in off of your buses this year again. We'll check them, get them all cleaned up and put together. If you see some laying in the middle of back of a bus and a sub bus, please bring them in. Also on safety vest, if you have a student that wears a safety vest home, on the last day, we're going to take that from him on the last day and let them walk out of the bus without that safety vest. We want them all checked back in. We got a system, and we're going to get them all cleaned up, checked out, and make sure that they're all functioning before we send them out next year. CPR or CPI, CPI NCI training recertification. Take a picture of this for next fall. August 12th is the 4-hour recertification. If you've gone through the initial class, you can go through the 4-hour and get recertified. All my subs, everybody that's taken this class, we want to do that again. The initial training will be on the 13th. It will not be here on the 13th. The 12th it will be here. 13th we will, the place where it will be announced.
What is CPI and what?
CPI is a, let me see if I can,
Cardio.
crisis prevention,
Intervention.
nonviolent crisis intervention. Thank you, Tony. I knew we were gonna get there somewhere.
Hold on, let me.
It's manhandling students without manhandling students in a violent situation. How to block yourself, how to protect yourself and the student. It's very good, especially if you're special needs or you're a para, and if you're a sub, I'd like you to take that too as well. Medic first aid and defensive driving is May 27th. CPR starts at 8. Defensive driving starts at 1. And the next one is August 13th. So if you're not due until August and you take a chance on the 13th and you can't be there, you won't be able to drive. You got to get it updated. So if, I'm not planning on doing one this summer unless you pay me a lot of money. I will not. I don't want to have to do one this summer. So so you pick one of those to be a part of. In emergency situation, we'll figure something out. But everybody done with that one? Oh. And that's it. That's all I've
Until 10:26.
Does anybody have an idea how many write-ups we do throughout the school year? Any guesses? Yeah, we average between 100 and 200 write-ups. Some months, more or less. December's less because of Christmas break, but yeah. So, and plus summer write-ups, we probably do 1,000 to 1,200 easy. So the guys are busy, and I want to give a shout out to them for doing a great job this year. Work orders, yeah, yeah. But yeah, just And I want to bring up another thing. I've been in this business a long time, and I'd rather you be nitpicky, any little thing, tell us about it, than there was a situation we had in Valley Center one time. She never wanted to write, I'm not going to say names. She didn't ever want to write anything up because for fear of being taken out of a regular route bus and put in a spare. Could have been a really bad situation because I don't know if you know about Valley Center, very active train tracks there. And her bus broke down like just feet from the tracks, and then shortly after that, there comes the train. So if you don't do that, if you think there's anything at all wrong with your bus, write it up so we can check it, okay? I'd rather you be picky than the other way. Like Kathy said, anything over the summer you want taken care of, addressed, give us a write-up on it. Especially pay attention to your oil change stickers. Check them and write it up if it needs it. I've ordered a new label maker. So it's going to be more what you're used to seeing if you take your car to Jiffy Lube, Walmart, whatever. The stickers you see from them, it's going to be more like that. More, I think it'll help be more visible. Okay? So we're going to transition to that. The other labels also fade after time, and we've noticed, so they're hard to read. Any questions for, that's all I have.
Where would you, what that would you use for?
What's that?
The label maker, what are you gonna do with it? Oil change mileage do that? That one?
It's just
You wanna be on the mirror, student
next
mirror?
service due sticker, more like what people are used to seeing from a Jiffy Lube or Walmart, you know, the stickers that, yeah. And it should be more visible, easier to see, I hope. Quality.
I really appreciate you guys. I've been in other districts and you guys do a good job. I just have one quick question about the ATF because there's some confusion. There's a hot and a cold. Mine doesn't get, I guess, hot enough. Does it have to be, the transmission thing have to be up to 125 hot? Because when you're, checking it hot? Or is it just better just to do it in the morning only?
So any owner's manual, I mean, you're supposed to check your transmission fluid when it's full operating temperature to get the most operating. You can check it when it's cold. If you kind of get an idea where it's at when it's cold, and then recheck it when it's hot, or when it expands and gets up into the full range, you can kind of get an idea where you should expect to see it when it's cold too. You know, if you check it cold and hot, then you can kind of judge, okay, it was here when it's cold and here when it's hot, so I know I'm fine.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be bothering them all the time, I want to make sure that
Yeah, what you could do is after your route, check it. Because, yeah, that's really when you're supposed to check transmission fluid.
One other thing, is it a possibility of extending the path so it's level on the approach to the fuel center? So when you're waiting to get fuel, you can get out and you got a level bus, you can check your fluids on a level plane? Because out here, it's incline.
That'd be a question for Darren or,
I'm just throwing that out there.
well, I've heard that they're gonna try to do the whole lot. And it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of
A
money.
lot of money. I don't know how far down the road that is, or if they can budget for it. Yeah, that'd be nice, but I have no control, or that's the money department.